Today, Ghana is doing better than Nigeria. It's because they've invested in education.
People are afraid to seek or ask the right question because they're afraid of surgery. I call it 2 F's that affects women with fibroids: fear and fund.
When you have a child less than 12 years, as I said, housewife, it's child trafficking already.
Of course.
Child trafficking. So you shouldn't have a housewife that is less than 12 years.
Tune in to Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare-Yusuf every Friday from 1 to 2:30 p.m. right here on your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's not just the news or information.
It is more than you ask for.
What we ask when we got to say this organization is meant to help us out, and the people working there are not helping us out. You have a situation where people say it's normal that if your husband doesn't beat you, then
Where madness seems to be normalized, you will become mad.
And more of the rush you just can't stop.
It's the station for more talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Information is key.
It is power.
Information rules the world.
Get informed.
Stay informed.
Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk.
This is The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
There's no country that has been transformed by politicians. There's not one. America documented there's a documentary called The Men Who Built America. Google it, go and look for it. They didn't say the political party who built it. The men who built it. It's entrepreneurs and innovators and non-profits that build countries, not politicians and not politics. The problem in Nigeria is everybody is waiting for one person to save you. You are your own savior. It is the person that is well that can donate blood. When you are sick, who can you give your blood? You are calling sick people to come and help you. Endangered species who have not curated their own peace. They are going to come and set you your own peace. You abandon all your own capacity and delegate your own stability to the hand of one person in a country of 200 million people. It's not a contract. Go to America. Google, Microsoft. Look at those giants. Are they owned by politicians? The private sector creates ideas. The government does only 2 things: regulate and tax. Societies are changed in the private sector. In any country.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Welcome to Danfo Conversations. How are you doing? Yes, we had a little bit of a jiggle and a wiggle in the studio, which is why we're a few minutes late. You've all heard what's happening in Maiduguri, haven't you? I know you have. So I'd like you to listen to this, and we'll be talking about it in about an hour's time, but I want you to listen first.
The people of Maiduguri need your help. Catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water, and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats, and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women, and children still awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors, and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809 233 3955. Every second counts.
Okay, Danfo Conversationers, welcome to the only show that goes, you know how we do it here. We go jiggy jaga jiggy jaga jiggy jaga jiggy. We're the only show, as you know, that go to places where others do not go. So I needed you to hear that. I needed you to hear about what's going on in Maiduguri. I know you all like to pray. You know, I told you guys I don't pray even if I believe in God because I'm a useless prayer. But you can pray for them. You can send good thoughts out to them. Indeed, if anybody sends you a link to actually contribute, and I know things are hard for all of us, okay? Please, even if it's 1 naira, 5 naira, 10 naira, or whatever, just give. Give and give and give, because there are a lot of devastations going on in this world. There are a lot of horrible things that people have to deal with in this world. One of the most devastating situations one must find it is to be alive and have lost all means of your livelihood. As you heard Yvonne say on the news, there's a man that's looking for all of his family. There are those who haven't drank, and a lot of them, and millions, are now displaced. So please respond to that. We'll be playing it throughout, and then I'm going to ask for your opinion. I'm going to ask, you know, what's been happening. We know the news. We know the government have let us down again, but save that for later. Let me tell you something super, super exciting is that yours truly was nominated as an ambassador. Yes, I know. He's not ambassador for Nigeria. I'm not flying out of the country. Because if I were ambassador for Nigeria, you all know things will have to fix up and shape up. No, I am now an ambassador for the Women's Economic Empowerment Initiative. It's a campaign. It's a campaign in Nigeria. But I have with me, okay, because I've just been made an ambassador, I can't be an expert, right? Because, you know, I like to learn these things. I have with me 2 women from the We initiative. It's called We, which is WEE. We Lift Niger. Don't you just love that? We all need to be lifted. So, let me tell you about We before I bring the ladies in, right? The National Economic Empowerment Policy is a pivotal step by the Nigerian government to close the gender gaps in financial inclusion, education, digital access, and economic empowerment. The policy aims to ensure women aren't left behind in the economy, thereby boosting Nigeria's productivity, improving livelihoods, and driving sustainable development. So here's the thing. The government's commitment to We, which is We Lift Niger campaign, is embedded in its 5-year action plan, which focuses on strategic sectors such as agriculture, entrepreneurship, and education to create robust support systems for women and girls around the country. I know the likes of market woman, the likes of Mrs. Oboli, and some of you other guys, other women that are regular callers to this show. I'm going to ask you to call. Koboko, you can call too. You know, you have women in your life, right? You cannot just be getting and say, everything is always for women. Mr. Frank, don't call me and complain today, right? Just listen and get the woman in your life to call. The number you're going to be calling is 0802012770993, female line. Yes, the female only line. Don't pretend you're a woman and call that line. Is 0201-4657190. I'd like to know what you think of the initiative and how you wish to participate on the initiative. If you can't call, you must send me a WhatsApp on 0809-597-5805. We are streaming live on Facebook. Yes, I'm wearing black today, but I gave you orange lipstick. Brighten up your day. Right. Okay, so we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, and you can follow us on social media. You know the addresses already. You can follow us on Nigeria Info FM Lagos, Instagram, and Twitter. Right, get my ladies to speak. I have to my right. I'm supposed to have 3 ladies here. The third one is on her way. All right? The founder, the one behind all of this. But first and foremost, let me ask the lady to my right, kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. It's exciting to be here. My name is Fabia Ogumekon, and I'm part of the We Lift Niger campaign. I am a consultant, gender and development consultant, and I currently support the Lagos State government as a technical advisor on the domestication of the we policy.
Okay. And to my right,
Hello.
a face that's familiar to me, I think. No?
Not really.
Not the person that I thought you were.
Sister.
Ah, you're her sister. I thought so. I knew it. So you can't hide your face. It's like I can't hide my voice. So that face, I knew it.
And it's a pleasure to meet you. We often listen, and I'm so glad that you're an ambassador. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you for listening. Thank you. Right, so who's going to tell? I know you guys have chosen me as an ambassador. Like I said, I can pose now. Just call me Ambassador Sisi, okay? Straight up, and we're lifting Niger. Can I ask, you didn't tell me your name?
Oh, sure. My name is Wando.
Yes,
Ademe.
Wando.
And I'm a collaborator on this wonderful campaign, and I'm supporting because I'm a woman, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter. Unfortunately, I only have 2 boys in my house, but
I only have a boy as well.
But I'm such an advocate and such a strong supporter of the work that the We campaign is.
Okay, excellent. Tell us what the We campaign is about.
Okay, so the We Lift Niger campaign actually rides on the back of the National Women's Economic Empowerment Policy, and essentially seeks to create more awareness for the policy. The policy was launched in March last year, 2023, and since then there's been a sort of national campaign to really get the states to also, action this and be a part of the policy. So as we all know, national policies are only as strong as how effectively they're implemented. And so this is a national policy that speaks to, moving women's economic empowerment for obviously the women of Nigeria. But we need the states to be part of the process. And so part of the We Live Niger campaign is, one, to bring awareness to this very innovative policy that obviously seeks to align the various work and initiatives that are done in Nigeria around women's economic empowerment, but also drive it down to the states and, get the states on board the bandwagon because, in terms of accountability and reporting and implementation, we need the states to drive it. So the We Live Niger campaign, 1 is about creating awareness, and 2 is also really that call to get more states to, be on board in terms of domestication and implementation of the policy.
Okay, that sounds great. When you break it down to the brass tacks, my listeners are thinking, okay, of what point is this to me? Okay, I'm a market woman. I'm Mrs. Oboli. I live in Ikorodu. I have a small business. I am a woman in Nigeria with 2 females that I'm looking at. All these things. How do we kind of go to that sort of? I know you want the states to domesticate, and often one state. So, listeners, when you hear that states need to domesticate, either it's a law, a regulation, an initiative, it basically means they need to implement it across board and actually adopt it within their strategic plan, etc., etc. So you're hearing that. Now, of course, some of you already do things with Lagos State, right? So this is where I'm at. How does we kind of sieve down to the average woman, in Nigeria?
So there are 3 strategic sectors that they're looking at. So it's not every person, but it's really focused, and that's the whole point of scaling. So the first one is agriculture, and that affects to a lot of women. There's a lot of opportunity in agriculture. The second is entrepreneurship. We're finding a lot of young girls and women going directly into this post-college. There's a lot of data to prove that. And the third one is education. We know many girls have been left behind regionally, and because it's across Nigeria, it's not specific states, it's important to raise some of those awarenesses, advocacy to push for the girl child and women to be in those. These are the 3 sectors that this campaign is really looking at, and this is how we can drill down to the bottom person, to rural areas, to urban areas across Nigeria.
Excellent. Those are key important sectors. But let's talk about women. I mean, the girls and education, even women and education. So here's the thing. My listeners know Ferami. Everybody that knows me knows Ferami. Ferami is my housekeeper. She's practically my daughter. She's my flatmate and she's my oga. So she said to me yesterday, out of the blue, that she wants to go and study at Open University in Nigeria. And I was so elated for her. And those are the kind and I actually said to her, what do you want to study? And she said she wants to study business admin. So I said to her, well, why business admin? She said, well, that's what I've always wanted to study. I said, but do you know what business admin is? Incidentally, she also runs my business, interestingly enough. Anyway, so I said to her, do you know what business admin is? And said, no, but it's what I've always, I know it's about learning about business. So I said to her, well, I need you to go back onto that website and read up on what business admin is, right? And then she asks me, how do I, what website? So I showed her my phone as I always do. I Googled business admin at Open University and I said, you see, it explains. Now go and do the same on your phone because you're smart, right? And read up on it. Why do I tell that story? Because one of the things that I've discovered in Nigeria over and over and over and over and over and over and over again is young people, especially young girls. And I'm not demeaning my darling Farami by calling her a girl, but she's a daughter, so she's a girl, noni. Doesn't matter, as I said to my son, all 6'5" of him, you're still a boy to me. Doesn't matter how, Abby, is that not so? We're mothers, right? So one of the things that I discover over and over again is that girls in Nigeria have had so much confidence beaten out of them even before they learn confidence, right? They've been subjugated psychologically, mentally, physically. So you meet a young girl and you say, what is your name? Sorry? Pardon? Speak up. And all of those things, I think it's even comes down to education, where you have a girl who is super smart, who actually knows her stuff, who is ambitious about where she wants to go, what she wants to be. But you say to her, what would you like to be? And she's like, oh, I want to be. And you wonder, who stole that voice from you? Who stole that confidence from you? So going back to myself and Ferami. So I said to her yesterday, you didn't tell me about this university thing, what's going on, this thing you want to study. And she said to me, Ma, you said something to me this morning, because we always have this chat, kind of thing every morning. She said, you said something to me yesterday morning. And I said, well, what did I say? She said, you said to me, the best revenge is success. And it's true. I said to her, the best revenge is success. The only way to shut up anybody that's sniggering and laughing at you and that thinks you can't make it is to make a success of your life. And success comes in different forms. So we're about to go on a break in about, a minute's time or so. How long have I got? 5 minutes. Seconds, right. Okay. When we come back, I'd like us to talk more about that and how we can act, the We Initiative can actually encourage that kind of confidence in our young girls.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the party you've been waiting for. The Life's a Beach Party. A beach party like you've never experienced, featuring amazing music performances by King Maddie.
Hey guys, what's poppin'? My name is King Maddie.
Magix.
Hey guys, it's your boy Magix.
Tapes. Also featuring top Nigerian creators, including Amma, Miss Dams, Pella. Come experience Beach Olympics, fashion competitions, and water sports. Your host is Tacha.
Your girl Tacha is right here.
Life's a Beach Party will take place September 21, 2024. Time is 5 p.m. Voda Beach Club, Legoshi, Lekki, Lagos. Register for free at www.teasersparty.com. Life's a Beach, proudly brought to you by Teaser Sparkling Drink. 18 plus, drink responsibly. Life's a Bitch, live it up.
It's been me.
My back, yo, watch out. My body, oh, watch out. My shoulder, oh, watch out with Salon Pass. When the back it on the pain you, watch out with Salon Pass. When the body down the trouble you,
Salon Pass Pain Relief Patch provides effective relief for stubborn pain such as back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, and leg pain. Salon Pass is distributed by Drugstock and available in pharmacies and stores near you. Try Salon Pass today. Salon Pass, just patch it. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please consult your doctor.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
And we're back. We're back. We're talking We Lift Nigeria campaign. Yes. And you all know about Fermi. I'm always talking about Fermi. She really is my boss, you know. Even my son calls from England. He's like, how's Miss Fermi? And like, she's there. You people go to her and have your conversation. I don't have the time. So tell us, this education part. Talk to us about women in education or girls in education and how We Lift Nigeria can actually help to instill that confidence and encourage that education of girls in Nigeria.
Okay, so first of all, let me just say, Mr. Ireti, that Ferrum is really lucky to have you. And I say that because one of the ways, and you talked about social, cultural context and how it's beyond education, but it's also sometimes about mindset. I think you alluded to, and that of course has a lot to do with how we raise our girls from a very early age and the sort of messaging we sort of instill in them. So I think that there's certainly a role for mentorship and role modeling, and I think that that's a great way in which even your conversations and your interactions with Fermi obviously play out. It's beyond the opportunity of saying go to school or have this formal system of knowledge being imparted into you, but also I don't like to say soft again because that sometimes can be soft often is sort of feminine, but I would say it's the strategic skills around supporting with mentorship and role modeling, and that ability to change mindset and shift mindsets is a critical part of education as we see it. Now, coming back to the We policy, the We policy recognizes that there are so many initiatives that are being done, right? So it's not coming as something new. What it does do is try to seek alignment and seek consensus, and also be a bit more strategic in terms of targeted pillars. So education, of course, there's so many ways in which we can lift women, right? Lift the girl child, lift women up. But so the strategic pillar of education, for example, number one, seeks to understand the various initiatives that are happening in the sector, right? And some of those initiatives, like I said, are beyond formal education. It's also perhaps vocational skills development, right? It's also strategic skills development in terms of just, like I said, that mindset conditioning, that mindset orientation. And there are lots of great programs out there, lots of great, civil society, NGO programs that support government in building these strategic skills, these vocational skills, some of these softer skills that support that formal education process. And I think that that's one of the ways in which this policy seeks to come in. On the education side is really focused more on the tertiary education. So girls who are already sort of going into university and university school age, and then obviously beginning that choice of careers and all of that. So it's looking at what are those sort of things that they're studying in school, but also how do we support them with more strategic skills. Not everyone is sort of cut out for a formal, formal sort of education system. So how do we bring vocational skills into it? I think Wanda's going to speak a little bit about the creative economy and the sort of the new sectors, the emerging economy. So there's obviously girls in science and tech. There's entrepreneurship STEM, as well. There's, and there's so many
of that stuff.
Exactly.
Yes. And creative industry and all of that. Yeah. So you have female cartoonists.
Exactly. There's programs, around, like I said, the creative industry.
AI.
And so it's understanding what is the landscape and how do we seek alignment and be able to move some strategic targets forward through collaboration and through partnerships.
Oh, great. Well said. Wanda, tell us.
What I think is really exciting is that there's an avenue and a platform to use this to excel. So in my former life, across Nigeria, you always find pockets of women. I was in the food business, and you just
Nice.
find out nutrition, food, catering, STEM, tech, digital, fashion, makeup. There's so many avenues and so many exciting platforms, but this helps you, like she said, to sort of have a baseline, toolkits that they're giving you, case studies, toolkits, and in your hands, so that you can come up and that you can look at other women that have been successful. So you don't look at it as an island, you don't sit in your own forum. And why I really, really enjoy the fact that she mentioned the domestication and taking it to the local level is the challenges are different.
Absolutely.
The north
Absolutely.
is different from the southeast. The southeast is different from Ondo, and the language barriers and being able to say what is happening in the riverine areas and how can we empower women differently.
Absolutely.
So we're not doing a cookie cutter across. People are coming together, which is the collaboration that I like. And they're making it unique within your own sphere. What can you do within that, and how can you excel? So I like that it's open. It's not saying only doctors, medicine, or women in farms, or only. So we're giving a broad range, and it's really, really optional. And it's a it's a toolkit for you to take what you could.
I think that's so important, because often what happens is women are placed into a box. Society continue to build boxes and say, Ireti, you're mouthy, you belong in that box. Wando, you're yellow, you belong in that box. Fabia, you're dark, you belong in that box. And we're like, that's your box.
Yeah.
That's not my box. You didn't get my permission before you built that box. Did I tell you I even needed a box? Because if you're going to have to build a box for me, or Fabia, or Wando, you're going to have to build one bigger than the length of Nigeria, right? So I like that. I also like the fact that you mentioned the creative industry. One of the things that I would always say about women, and I tell people, not just about women, actually, I tell a lie, is that for me, because people often ask me, Ms. Ireti, how did you go from that to that? And I'm like, okay, here it is. I haven't been in management since I was 21. And don't you dare call me old. I haven't been in management since I was 21. In fact, I've told my listeners, and they know this, why did I get into management at the age of 21? Because as of the time when we're finishing A-levels, I didn't have a clue what I wanted to be. Why? Because I had so many interests, and I was just like, no, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that, and so there was nowhere that I could actually, kind of zone into something. So I'm like, I haven't worked, I'm going to go into a place of work. Perhaps that would help me. And I haven't done that, and then that's how I got into management at the age of 21, and I was managing people who were older enough to be my father and stuff, and studying that for 5 years. I was very clear. I became, and this is why I liked what you said about vocation and all of that stuff. I became very, very clear that I want to study management. Why? That is something that it's inherently within me. I'm an organizer, I'm a people puller, this and that and whatever. So then I thought, okay, I've got all these skills. I know I want to study management. Where can I zone in my skill? Where would it fit into? In which industry? Boom, project management. So I went into project management, literally. I always say to people, project management didn't find me. I said I want it. A lot of people fall into jobs. No, I've always been very, very conscious about what I want to do and stuff. I go into project management, and I go into program management, program director, and one day I get a call from Nigeria, Celtel, Nigeria, and they say, oh, we've seen your CV online. We want you to come back to Nigeria. I'm like, who is Celtel Nigeria? And I'm minding my life in the UK. I'm happy. I was not looking for, and who are you? And why are you speaking to me in an American accent? And you're calling from Nigeria. Boom, I dropped the phone. No lie, honest truth. I dropped the phone, and he calls back, and he said again, I am calling from Celtel, Nigeria. We've seen your CV. I'm like, well, I've never sent you my CV. Anyway, cut a long story short. Somebody, somewhere, I only found out years later, I'd sent them my CV because they had put a call out saying, okay, my experience. That's how I ended up in Nigeria. That's how I've been working there for 2 years, Africa director for Cable and Wireless, implementing all across Africa. And as a female, what was beautiful about that was, for me, I was probably the first person to be working from home in this country. When people were still I was like implementing all across Africa from my house, from my desk. And I had 3 bosses. One was based in Singapore, one in the UK, and one in Italy. We never met. We knew each other by voice. I had a huge team that were based all around the world. And I remember my friends would say to me at the time, you're lucky, you're lucky, you're lucky. The only person that probably didn't think it was lucky was my son, because suddenly he would get home and I would be there, right? Whereas before, when I was going to the office, I didn't get home till 10 at night, The boy used to have to write me a letter. So I tell you that story to go back to that. Sometimes from doing vocational stuff, the journey it can take you, literally. People get lost in the I must, I have to. This is what Nigeria says. This is what society says. And I did that for 5 years, and I'm like, well, I have a huge passion for people. I have a huge passion for children. I mean, for women. I have a huge passion for social justice. I went into media. I'm like, I need to be a voice of people. So many people are voiceless in this country, and that's how I ended up where I am today. All from just following that. And I've done so many things. So I always say to people, when God created each and every one of us, he created us with several layers. Those who are lucky, like me, will get to explore all the different layers of them before the lights go out. If you are blessed with layers, don't be afraid to explore such layers, because the only thing you can regret is not doing, right? As long as you continue to do, there's nothing, like they say these days, what is failure? Failure is a springboard to the next stage, right? It's nothing to be afraid about. So, look, I've done a lot of talking, you people. Yes, I've done. Who wants to know about We Nigeria? If you do, and you want to know how you can be part of it, how you can get involved, or you have more questions about it, 0201 277 0993. Female line is 0201 465 7190. And you can send me a WhatsApp on 0809 597 5805. Now tell me, how long is this initiative going to go for?
So the policy itself, in terms of some of the targets that it sets in terms of moving things along, right? And so there are targets around women in agriculture, there are targets around education that we talked about, digital access, and overall economic participation. It's a 5-year, the policy is for life, right? It's a national policy, and hopefully will become state policies as we move along. A lot of states are already on board. Lagos State, of course, always being pioneer, is leading, or at least has taken, heeded the call, and is already sort of taking steps to domesticate in terms of implementation, adaptation, as have other states, including Kaduna, Kano, and many other states, especially some of the southern states who are already doing, implementing programs, right? So, there are various ways in which you can domesticate.
Let me just interrupt you and answer this call. Hello?
Yeah, Chief Ambassador.
Chief Mister. Chief Mister, how are you?
You are a chief now. You know, as far back I started calling you chief.
I know now. I know now.
Ambassador.
That's why me too, I call you Chief Mister. Don't let Mr. Frank get
Madam,
jealous.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I greet our guests.
They can hear you.
Good afternoon. Because back home here in Nigeria, I don't like the way our men treat our women. I'm telling you, I feel pain. But I'm so happy to hear this. And for our women, this is an opportunity for them to get in touch with you, especially the Chief Ambassador. You mentioned the market woman, Soboli, the class captain, the joys of this world. This is an opportunity for them. Please, I'm so happy hearing this from you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chief Minister. God bless you. And this is it. I have a message here from AA. No, not AA. I think it's where is it now? Where is your message? Here we go. Good afternoon, Ireti Bakare. You can call me Cecile again. What's up with you? Anyway, says good afternoon. I was so touched with all the motivational speakers. Oh, we're motivational speakers. We motivate to accumulate. Anyway, No one can make you happy than yourselves. Just believe in yourselves and you're gonna make it. That's from Shali Money from Nigeria. Shali Money, where's my money? I'll send you my account number for alert. Let me answer this call. Hello.
Yeah, Chief Minister, quick one.
Chief Minister, go ahead.
Tomorrow is even Market Woman's birthday.
Oh, is it now? Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow is her birthday.
Okay, I should wish you happy birthday before we close.
You live long, you see our children. The same goes to every one of us.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Alpha, let me come back to you. Yes, you heard that.
Yes. Well, I wanted to just say thank you to the caller. It's one of the things that We Live Niger is doing is also emphasizing the importance of male allies, right? Incidentally,
Mr. Frank, that's to you.
I'm also a mom of boys. So I think we're all mom of boys here, and I've gone one up from you're 1, you're 2, I'm 3. So
okay, you can take the win.
Exactly, mic drop.
Drop.
I think it's interesting that when we talk about women's economic empowerment, it's not just a women's conversation, right? It's a conversation about nation building. Yeah. It's a conversation about family uplifting. So many women sit in the driving seat for various reasons, maybe widowhood, different reasons, and actually are the center and the sort of central pillars in their families. And so this policy again seeks to come into that understanding of, as we uplift women, we're uplifting the nation, we're uplifting families, and we need male allies, to obviously be a part of this conversation, champion the conversation. In many ways, the purse strings of how a lot of these initiatives will be financed and the whole implementation process sits in the hands of our male allies. And so this campaign also seeks to bring that understanding on board, that this is a policy named Women's Economic Empowerment Policy, but a policy for nation building. And I think that's just sort of important. I can't remember if I answered the question before this, but
I think
we're yarning. So
yes, we're having a convo.
Hopefully making sense.
Danfo, did you say today the Danfo is being driven by 4 women actually. Kemi's here. You're probably looking at me on YouTube and watching me go like this. Kemi's here with me. And thank God she hasn't interrupted me by giving you people money or something, because she likes to be. What are you talking? What are you talking,
I will
Kemi?
do it till 2 o'clock.
She always tries to, outstyle me by giving away money. But let me say something. So some of you are possibly thinking, what is the long-term vision and the impact of we? Here's the thing. And I want you to listen very carefully. By 2030, yes, 2030. What are we in now? 2024. So you know how long we've got to go to 2030. That's just like 6 years? Is that right? 6 years. So in 6 years' time, Nigeria aims to become a global exemplar in women's economic empowerment, with viable economic pathways for 50 million women and girls to exit poverty and contribute meaningfully to the national prosperity. So here's how the WE policy is going to do it. The WE policy is about that short-term fixes and creating lasting structural changes that integrate gender equality into Nigeria's economic and social framework. The Will Lift Nigeria's application efforts will ensure that the policy's impact reaches every woman, regardless of location, promoting financial inclusion. Yes, I said it. Financial inclusion, education access, and economic independence for Nigerian women. See, we in this studio are champions of that. And I think at this point, unless we've got anything else to add, you guys are not calling me. It's only men that are calling. This is what happens. This is what happens. You see, I know we said we need male allies. We didn't say we need men to take over, but thank you, Chief Minister. We didn't say you people should devolve, should I say, your powers to the men in your lives. Wanda, is there anything else you would like to add? Or, I actually have to ask you, because you're one of the champions, what made you want to champion this?
So I mentioned I'm a daughter. I'm a 4th daughter. We have 4 girls in our house, and it was imbibed. It wasn't a set aside because we only had girls, and then we have a brother who.
Your dad must be spoiled rotten.
So I work in the.
Yes, you girls spoil your dad.
We don't have a choice. So this policy aligns with broader national and global goals. We have the SDGs that we're chasing, and as a country, as a nation, as a continent, we have to contribute. So we have SDG goals 5, which is gender. We have poverty. We have SDG 8, which is about work. So we have broader issues that we're all contributing. And this is when they said short-term fixes. This is a big deal. But it looks like short-term. But just getting the gender cross-cutting, we know how much we're putting into it. We know that the policy is a long-term policy. The policy will go longer term, like you just mentioned, 20, 30, 50 million people. But we know daily what this can do in this economy and in today. If more women put hands together, we know how the soup is going to taste.
Absolutely, it's going to taste delicious.
Give a soup reference to gender, but I just wanted to give a metaphor so that you can really understand that there are bigger goals that we have to chase. We have to find we have to act a piece of the puzzle.
Excellent. I have a message here. It says, oh, hold on. I'll leave your message in a moment. Let me answer that call. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you, ma?
I am very well, sir.
It's a pleasure of meeting you, hearing your voice, ma.
It's an even bigger pleasure having you on the Danfo. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yole Sisi Oge1 of Africa.
One. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Alimosho.
Alito Mosho. What is your name?
My name is Brass today.
Brad Tunde, I like that. So talk to me, Brad Tunde. What do you have to say from what you've been hearing so far?
Oh, you see, my concern is, if in 2027 now we present a woman for presidential candidate, this woman will not come and vote.
How do you know?
The women are about
How do you know?
85%. Now they are crying, they bring power. Look at it now. In 2015, 2011, the woman came out. The woman never had any vote except his own and the husband.
Maybe she couldn't, maybe she did, maybe. And here's the thing, I like that you've brought this up. So here's what I say to people. Just because we are ready and Nigeria is overdue.
Are you people ready?
Can you hear me? Wait now. Maybe it's down for and we're conversationing. Just because we are ready, just because Nigeria is overdue for a female president, it doesn't mean that we just pick anybody. So you've got to be qualified. We're not picking you because you are female. We are picking you because you are female. That's actually even better than those that are competing.
She said, yes. You are qualified.
Well, I'm qualified. Oh no, my mouth is too big. I'm telling you, I would have told the truth. I don't do politics, as you know. I would have told too much truth. In fact, EFCC will not know what to do with me.
Women are qualified.
Anyway, we'll see. But I like that you brought that up. It's important. Yes.
In this nation that can turn this nation around.
Absolutely. Thank you.
People should gather up in 2027. We need a change.
So if I go out, if I say, thank you. Okay, the lines are going now. Thank you.
I'm so happy to hear your voice.
Oh, thank you so much. Happy to speak with you too. Oh, thank you. Be well.
You're welcome, ma.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye. Hello. Hello. Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? The first female on the show.
I'm Josephine by name. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Okay, Josephine, go ahead.
I'm a widow. I love the program. I'm interested. So
okay.
I don't know. Maybe at end of the program, there will be a contact.
The website. Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Josephine. God bless you, my sister. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello. Hello, you can speak to me. I won't bite.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, ma. How are you?
Thank God, ma. You?
I'm very well, thank you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Kalista. I'm calling from Abuja.
Your name is Kalista?
Kalista, yes,
Kalista from Abuja. Go ahead. All the way from the capital. Go ahead.
I love your program. I always listen to your program. I've not been opportune to call, but I thank God I got you online today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Calista. What do you do, Calista?
Honestly, I lost my job. And the little savings I have, I've spent it on medication due to I'm not feeling fine.
I wish you well. I wish you well.
I have no job, but no money to eat.
So what do you do? What is your skill? Don't use it to say what you can't do. Tell Nigerians now what you can do, because and how, if somebody out there has a job, how they can get in contact with you. What can you do? What you have experience in? How old are you, first of all?
If I have money, I would like to start a business.
What sort of business?
I would like to sell provisions.
Provisions. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Where would you sell those provisions?
Is that Abidjan?
Abidjan.
If I get, yes.
Okay, that's in Abuja.
Abidjan, yes.
Oh, in Abidjan in Lekki. Okay, you're calling from Abidjan, not Abuja. Oh, for goodness sakes, God help me and my ears. Okay, all right. So you'd like to say, so if somebody was listening right now and they want to help you set up your business, because we have lots of entrepreneurs and philanthropists that listen to this show, how much would you need to set up your business?
If I have up to 500 or so, I will.
Why do you need 500 to start selling provisions?
It's just little, so that from there I will.
Yeah, but why do you need 500 to start selling provisions? So I'm telling you now, and you guys know I'm frank. Stay listening, my dear. Just stay listening, because I think you need to think it through. Yes, go ahead.
It's just because if I have someone that would give me more than that, but since I don't have anyone I got now, I can use it to start my life.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Lagos has heard you. Keep listening, all right? And I wish you the very best.
Okay.
So here's what I'm going to say to you, and I'm very, very frank. If somebody said to me now, if I was in that position, and I was in Abidjan, rather, how much do you need? And I say I want to start a provisions business. I promise you I can start it with 50K. I promise you. It doesn't matter, right? It's whatever I can buy, even if it's just spaghetti that I have. At least people will know me as Mama Spaghetti, right? And 50K would buy me a whole lot of spaghetti to sell. Heck, 40K would buy me a whole lot of spaghetti. I will use the 5K to buy oil and even buy some egg and start spaghetti, egg, and stir fry spaghetti and still sell fresh spaghetti. So you see, when you all think that you need to start and you're looking for 500,000, 1 million, ask how? In this economy, forget it. It's not going to happen. So you need to moderate your expectations to your capabilities and possibilities. Anyway, we've got to go now. I'm going to let my fellow champions say goodbye, because Yvonne is getting closer and closer. She's coming up the stairs. I can feel her.
Thank you for having me. So pleasure. And I think everybody should go and download the policy. Go online,
so where would they get it?
And find out more information for knowledge. Find out more ways in your states.
Well, there's a website, Instagram handle.
There's an Instagram handle for We Lift Niger, and I think it's Instagram at We Lift Niger, and across other platforms, We Lift Niger. There's obviously also subsets. We Lift Lagos, We Lift Kaduna, We Lift Kano, for example.
Yes, We Lift Anambra and all of that, right.
I just wanted to say that the national policy is the policy driven by the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, along with some other key ministries, including the Ministry of Budget and Planning, and you can find the policy online.
Okay. Don't worry. Go ahead.
And you can find the policy online. Just again to mention that this policy is a government-driven policy. In Lagos State, similarly, it's been driven by the Ministry of Women Affairs. And we are all working in collaboration, ultimately, with government, through collaborations, through partnerships, to really bring this initiative to life.
Thank you so much, ladies. Say goodbye, because Kemi is about to cut me off now, because Yvonne, we can smell her perfume.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you.
We lift Niger.
We lift Niger. Thank you.
Hot over Sound 20.
2024. And don't forget to use the hashtags. Hashtag Her Sound Peach. Her Sound 2024. It's time to hear her.
Her Sound 2024 is brought to you by Chechesuit Nation and powered by Google. Supported by Boomplay, Cloud Africa, Grunge Cake, Mavico Foods. Media partners, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, Pulse NG, and Heap TV.
For more information, visit at Her Sound Global on Instagram.
There is so much going on in your life and the world that requires spiritual interpretation. For more than 35 years, Guru Desai Sobai has been shedding light on the mysteries of life. For your treasured trove of wisdom, enlightenment, and spiritual growth, watch Desire's Pathfinder on ASO TV on DSTV channel 392 every Sunday at 10 p.m. Follow us on our social media platforms, Instagram at guru.desaisobai, Twitter and YouTube at Guru Desai Sobai, website gurudesaisobai.org. Desire's Pathfinder, a new day has come.
My darling, are you ready to go back to school?
Yes, Mommy. I have everything I need. All that's missing is my favorite food to drink, Capri Sun.
Oh, what? No Capri Sun? We have to fix that right away.
Yay! And Mommy, every carton of Capri Sun now comes with a wristband ruler for school.
A wristband ruler?
Get a wristband ruler in every carton of Capri Sun as you go back to school. Terms and conditions apply.
Capri Sun. The taste of fun.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Are you an independent female artist, a producer, a DJ, a songwriter who wants to take a career to the next level? Then Her Sound 2.0 is for you. Enjoy comprehensive training and mentorship, access to support from a community of female music professionals, collaborative opportunities, 2 days free bootcamp, and more. To register for Her Sound 2.0, visit www.hersoundglobal.com to register for free. To complete your application, post a 30-second video on Instagram telling us why you want to be part of Her Sound 2024. And don't forget to use the hashtags. Hashtag Her Sound Peach. Her Sound 2024. It's time to hear her.
Her Sound 2024 is brought to you by Chechesuit Nation and powered by Google. Supported by Boomplay, Cloud Africa, Grunge Cake, Mavico Foods. Media partners, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, Pulse NG, and Heap TV.
For more information, visit at Her Sound Global on Instagram.
Welcome back to Danfo Conversations. Wasn't that interesting? Wasn't that just uplifting? Wasn't that just amazing? Yvonne is coming to do the news any moment now. And then after the news, I'm going to need us to talk about Maiduguri, right? Okay, we'll be right back.
Talk that matters to you.
When you marry, you don't cheat.
The most common drug that damages the liver is paracetamol, what we call acetaminophen. People think that paracetamol is just paracetamol. I can take paracetamol. No.
Do you know I've been monitoring elections since 1999? Rigging of elections takes place not at the polling unit, but at the collation center.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
You get what you sign up for when you join the dial.
We always feel victim to every situation.
Why do you think a president will just go in and feel like he's a king?
Get some excitement to go with it.
Teams in the Premier League is vastly improving.
When you have a relationship that has no name,
You won't be entitled.
All in a bid to give you great talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. It's 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
The news. Timely, fresh as it breaks on 99.3 Nigeria
The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
At least 30 people have been confirmed dead following the floods caused by a broken dam in Maiduguri, Borno State. Also, over 400,000 others have been displaced. While the National Emergency Management Agency says the flooding in Maiduguri, Borno State is beginning to recede and normalcy is starting to return to the metropolis. Survivors also recount harrowing experience from Maiduguri flooding. While National Emergency Management Agency says over 1 million persons have been displaced across the country between April and September this year due to floods. NEMA adds that 259 persons have died within this period. In Lagos, the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency says it responded to 121 incidents in the month of August. Chairman of the Mile 12 International Market in Lagos, Shehu Usman Jibrin, says or rather asks Lagosians and Nigerians to prepare for increased food prices, while the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission faults media reports claiming that it is all out to impose prices on food items and other commodities in the country. APC and 16 other parties signed peace accord in Edo State as PDP, decides to go ahead to sign following prior refusal. In a related story, Executive Director of Pro-Democracy Group, Yagar Africa, Samson Itodo, says Thursday's peace accord fallout may impair voters' turnout in the governorship election scheduled for September 21st, 2024 in Edo State. In Anambra, the state government has warned parents against using their healthy children who ought to be in schools as beggars at bus stops, road intersections and along the streets. Terrorists in Zamfara kill 3 soldiers and 4 policemen in an ambush, while Air Force strikes kill at least 28 terrorists in Niger State. Nigerian Army says its approach towards human rights abuses and civilian protection in conflict areas is more serious. Meanwhile, the Chief Judge of Lagos State, Justice Kazim Alugba, has told the military to always uphold human dignity in carrying out operational activities. Those are the headlines. You are listening to Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare-Yusuf on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Stay here.
Nigeria Info, your number one for news. Always spot on, fresh and direct on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Information is key.
It is power.
Information rules the world.
Get informed.
Stay informed. Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. This is Danfo Conversations. With Ireti Bakare.
The people of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water, and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats, and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women, and children still awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors, and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809 233 3955. Every second counts.
So, welcome back to Danfo Conversations. You heard that. I need you to keep hearing that. I want us to talk about Borno. I want you to call me on 0201-277-0993. I want you to call me. If you're women, if you're female, on 0201-465-7190. WhatsApp is 0809-597-5805. Incidentally, this Kemi is freezing. I can't even understand how she's freezing. Me, I had to ask the AC to be put up. So it's always this temperature game with Kemi and I whenever she's my co-pilot. So I have messages here about, okay, I've got a message here about the We Lift Nigeria. We is W E. We Lift Nigeria. It says, hello, I listened to your program on the radio this afternoon. You are doing a great job. Is there any provisions to empower retirees who are still very active on the program We Lift Nigeria? Oh, you didn't put your name, number one. Number two, that's a good question. I will, can you go, if you're on social media, especially on Instagram, go on We Lift Nigeria, at We Lift Nigeria, and put that comment there, put that question there, because somebody will respond to you, okay? Please put it there. What have I got here? Good day, Cecilia, and the guest. Indeed, we men have to encourage and support our women to aspire to any of their endeavors. Women themselves have to imbibe the culture of supporting themselves. Congratulations, Cecilia, on your new ambassadorial appointment. God bless Nigeria. That's Edozie Edin Nanji. Thank you so much, my lovely listener, Edozie Edin Nanji. What have I got here? I have a message about Maiduguri. Good afternoon. Don't call me Mrs. Ireti Bakare. You did not marry me to my father, did you? I never told you I was married to anybody. Feel free to call me Sisi Oge or Sisi or Miss Ireti or just Ireti Bakare, whatever you feel like. Ain't no Mrs. here. Anyway, here we go. You said, good afternoon, Miss Ireti Bakare. The flooding in Maiduguri was totally avoidable if there was a hands-on government in Maiduguri and Nigeria. Standard dams world over are built with inbuilt alarm systems which provides every bit of information needed to know about the functionality of the dams. We have lazy people at the helms of affairs who are not particularly interested in developing the people and infrastructure, but rather who are particularly concerned with what they can make from what is available at the common patrimony rather. We are currently edging gradually to the brim of a radical revolution where all misdemeanors of past and present political activities of the ruling class and their enablers, civil servants, will be called to question and accountability. AA from Aso Drive in Abuja. Thank you, AA. I'm coming to your calls now. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Chief Ambassador. Good afternoon.
Chief Mister, yes, go ahead.
Thank you. On Boronu,
yeah.
If I have my way, I will sue Kashim Shettima and former President Buhari.
Okay.
This is failure on their part. Kashim Shettima was the governor for 8 years, senator for some years, right? Today is the vice president. This thing never has started today. This thing has been happening. But due to their failure, the painful part is that the innocent people are going through it. I don't think in his own environment, this flood, did he get to his place?
Good question.
Hello,
I don't know. Good question, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad of them. Like I said, if I have my way, I will sue those two guys. I'm telling you. Look at thousands of people that displaced. Over 300. I listened to you, that man that leaves many of his family, right?
Yeah. Yeah, all his family.
What do you think that one will be today?
Yeah, exactly.
Due to failure of all these our leaders.
Exactly.
Well, it's a big lesson. Like that Tunde said, come 2027, if you women can come out, especially you, Chief Ambassador, let's do something. Because these guys are taking us for a ride. Enough is enough.
I hear you.
Thank you, Chief Ambassador.
Thank you so much, Chief Mister. Thank you. Right. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, Sisioga.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Raprochukwu is my name.
Raprochukwu, my brother. How are you?
Thank God. I bless God. Well, I guess still there. I greet her.
Oh, they're all on. They can hear you because they're listening in their cars.
Okay, good. All right, my regards.
Okay.
Can I talk on
Borno? Yes.
Empowerment?
Oh, on the empowerment on We Niger. Yes, please do.
Okay, let me chip small there. Then I come to the Borno. Well, it's a good, initiative. Well, if our women will be, they'll be empowered. Empowerment. Last time, the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs came out with this, but I don't know how serious she is. I thought let this not be, empowerment of 2 derica of rice and a catch of 20,000. It will not take our women anywhere. They want something meaningful that will make them succeed.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I love. We know we are in a free world. Women, I wish them well. They can do better. Maybe they are the one to give us this change.
Thank you, Rapachuku.
Change we are looking for.
Thank you.
And then I can make some appointments when the time comes.
Thank you.
Like in 2027, I even want you people to have the seat of, in fact, be on affairs of this.
Thank you, Rapachuku. Yeah, I need you to wrap up because the lines are going.
Okay, be the president, be the minister of information, minister of this, that, all these things. I want women to possess the position,
Okay,
so,
thank you.
And on Maiduguri issue. Okay,
very quickly, very quickly.
Okay. Well, on Maiduguri, I was so unfortunate. I was so unfortunate. What happened is a catastrophe. And I believe NEMA cannot do government need to deploy more, like more rescue operation units, and people need, what they need now is food, mostly food, drugs,
and shelter.
That's the essential thing they need now. And I believe 3 billion cannot go anywhere.
It's certainly not
donations.
enough. Thank you, Rapachuku. God bless you. God bless you. Have a good weekend.
They do something to rescue people. To avoid.
I need you to wrap up. The lines are going.
I want the government to do something meaningful.
Okay.
To avert further occurrence.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Okay. I'm coming to your calls. Hello. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Alimosho.
Okay. You have 1 minute. What do you want to say?
Brother, today's CA from Alimosho again.
Okay, go ahead. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yes, it's okay.
Yes, sir.
It has happened when the new CJ came in, the new Chief Justice of Nigeria, the president intercepted his visit. He came, he rushed to London. We had this flood that submerged the northern part of the nation with deaths on our hands, loss of life, loss of property, loss of investment. The president never intercepted his trip. From China away, he's now in UK. Who does that?
A president
that has empathy. A president that is sensitive to the plight of the people. A president that is compassionate will come home immediately.
Okay.
And see the people and just to show empathy and sympathy with them.
I need you to wrap up, sir.
I belong to these people. Very unfortunate. What a shame.
It is indeed.
What a government.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'll be right back after this.
Hey Lagos, are you an independent female artist, a producer, DJ, or songwriter, and you want to take your career to the next level? Then Her Sound 2.0 is what you need. At Her Sound 2.0, you will enjoy comprehensive mentorship and training, and you would also get access to a support from community of female music professionals, collaborative opportunities, and a free 2 days boot camp, and so much more. For free registration, yes, registration is free. You can visit www.hersoundglobal.com. Okay, that is www.hersoundglobal.com. To complete your application, post a 30-second video on Instagram telling us why you would want to be part of her Sound 2024. Okay, make sure you use the hashtag her sound page and hashtag her sound 2024. It's time to hear her. A Sound 2.0 was brought to you by Cheche Smith Nation and powered by Google, supported by Boomplay, Cloud Africa, Mavico Foods, and Grunge Cake. Media partners are Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, Pulse NG, Hit TV. For more information, to find out more things and inquiries, you can visit them on Instagram at Her Sound Global. Okay, that's at Her Sound Global on Instagram. I wish you good luck.
Okay, we're almost done with the show. I'm gonna answer this call, and then I got a message that I'd like to respond to. All right. Hello. Okay, you're gone. Right. Okay, hold on. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is it okay? It's Koboko.
I thought so. How are you, Koboko?
Well done,
Well done, my brother. You have 1 minute.
Sober reflection. What is happening? This is not Nigeria I enjoyed in 1998 before the people enter. My heart goes with the brown people. With my green heart, it goes with them. But it's unfortunate for the SUV they bought where they're supposed to take safety people. My friends are asking me, say, what is our president they do with the king? I think people are asking me, UK is our imperialist and neocolonialist. Because Nigeria is like a factory to them. That's why people are telling them, and Tinubu is with the king. Doing what? And people are telling them, in Maiduguri, we have all year money. Are you hearing me? Money plenty. And they say, we pay money to help them. I'm not against that, but it's unimaginable and it's unacceptable. Let our lawmakers come out and do something. What you say? If house they born, you give them rice. If not today, you give them rice. People who are hungry, you give us rice. Rice when God are not allowed to enter from the border. They said they are doing 3 months. The time when they come carry my responsible.
I need you to wrap up. I don't have time.
The time when they come carry rice for Songo, they don't know say they go do 6 measure. Thank you very much. I'm not happy.
All right, thank you.
Let people come back.
Thank you. Right, so here's the message that I got, and one of the great things is when I get messages like this, I'm glad the person put their name. So it says hello CC okay. It's not CC okay, it's CC okay. Hello CC okay. A woman requested for the sum of 500,000 for an empowerment, but you felt it was too much for her. Would you rather encourage the government empowering women with sugarcane and coconut, as it was carried out recently in the southeast? Are you lifting them up out of poverty or into poverty? That's from Chisco from Ijegun Ijagemo Jaga Road. Right, I love your question. First and foremost, you couldn't be so wrong. In fact, if you were any more wrong, you would fall off the edge. And here's why. Somebody said they would like to start a business. Start a business. I said, what sort of business? She said, selling provisions. How much do you want to sell? How much do you need? She said 500K. Why? You think I'm asking you, Chisco, why? Provisions. Oh. I can't understand why we don't believe in incremental rise. I mean, as in literally. So imagine somebody gives her 50K. You think that's not enough to start a small micro business? Check how much they sell spaghetti for, a box of spaghetti for, and think of how many will be, how much you can use or what you can do. 40K. Remember I said 40K. So spend 40K on buying your box of spaghetti. You sell one half as uncooked and the other half as cooked. You take the other 10K, you spread it with your ingredients to do stir-fried spaghetti. So now what you have 2 types of businesses. You have the cooked and uncooked. So what you talking about? What is it? Why is it that you people feel that the zeros, unless there's plenty zeros, it cannot be possible? I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it. It's up to her if she wants. If she gets it, I'll be happy for her. But what I did say was, if I was her, in the position that she told me she was in, heck, I'll be asking for something that I am likely to get than one that I may possibly not get. Because guess what? Even the rich are crying. Yes. So, Chisco from Ijegun, Ijagemo, Jaga Road. Next time you want to write to me, question what I say, think about it. Is she starting up the business from her kitchen, or she'll be renting a shop for such an event? Why? How do you know? That's the other thing. You don't know. But here's the thing. What if she is starting it from her kitchen? What if she starts selling it from her room, selling to her neighbors? Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's micro. Nobody said it was Dangote. Try again. Send another message. Send another message and I will answer you, but I don't have time because there are people calling and I have other messages to respond to. So please, park yourself, drink water, don't drop the cup, keep it in your kitchen because you might need it next time. Alright, good evening. Thank those that like to defend Tinubu should keep on defending him because he is from their tribe. No problem. Finally, we will get rewarded in due course. Even if we're gaining from this evil government, your citizens are dying of hunger and flood. But you are busy gallivanting and meandering the whole world with taxpayers' funds. I weep for this nation and its tribalistic citizens. That's Gideon from Bagada. Okay, Gideon, thank you. What else do I have here? I have here Ambassador Ireti. I really enjoy your show and all Nigeria info shows talking about women. There was this regular female caller called Alex. Her comments inputs were sophisticated, top-notch, high-tech, solution-driven. I enjoyed the comments of other callers, but I'm missing her comments inputs, and I'm sure many other listeners are missing her too. Is she listening? Please, Alex, what happened? That's a beautiful message. That's a really beautiful message. I like messages like that, where we call each other in and we say we miss each other and we show our vulnerability. Okay, I'm going to be able to answer the last call, I believe. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
You have Emmanuel on the line.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yeah, it's unfortunate what happened in Borno. It's failure of leadership. Thank God we even have leaders who built those dams. If we had leaders of today, those days, probably there won't be any dam in the first place. And then the flood, will have swept a lot of us away. Probably the Emmanuel that is speaking with you today won't even be alive. There are people who need to face consequences of their action. I learned today, that over 100 million naira has been spent on that dam in the past 1 year. How are we sure
it's crazy, right? It's
the money can be voted for.
It's insane.
If the money can be voted for the dam, how are we sure it was really spent on it? And
exactly.
Today, because of the event that has happened, you have government officials running up and down, and at the end of the day, sharing palliative. Doing what should have preserved the lives and the property of the people of Borno in the first place. It's better. We should have been better. But it will reoccur in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And it's over. It's the same story over and over again. And my pain is that Nigerians, do not know how to bring good people into power. So it's unfortunate for our president who is traveling around the world. So in the next 4 years, if we do something,
we will know who is next. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. I can't answer any more calls, but there is a message here that I'd like to close up on. What is it? Sir Larry said, "Hi, don't call me Mrs. B, the CCOG of Nigeria. Just call me CCOG Nigeria. Please, who's taking over a jury's job? I don't know, but I've got to go. Sir Larry, I don't know. I don't believe there's been official, but if there is, I don't know about it. Right. We're done. I'll be back at 4 o'clock for Borderlines. Take care. Bye-bye.
Is back with season 8. And this time, the stakes have never been higher.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.